Let's write the equation of a line through the points -6, 5, and -1, -15. So I'm going to start by just labeling these points. I'm going to call this x1, y1, and x2, y2. Because the first step to finding this equation of a line, which is going to be y equals mx plus b, first we find m, and then second we find b. Okay, so to find m, we're going to do y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. We're going to use our slope formula. So in this case, we're looking at y2 is this -15, and then we have y1 is 5. So we're going to do -15 minus 5 for our y2 minus y1. And then our x2 is -1, and our x1 is -6. So we're going to do -1 minus a -6. So we have -15 minus 5 in the top, which is going to bring us to -20. And then we have -1 minus a -6 is going to actually end up being +6. So we'll have -1 plus 6, which is just going to be 5. So our slope here is -20 divided by 5, which is going to give us a -4. Our second step is to look at y equals mx plus b and solve for b. That's the second thing we find. And we can use either point. It doesn't matter which point we use, but I just need to pick a point and use the x and y from it. So I'm going to look at this second point. It really doesn't matter which point you look at. And I'm going to replace y with the y value of the point, which is -15. I'm going to replace m with the slope we found in the first step, which was -4. I'm going to replace x with the x value of the point, which is -1. And then I am going to write plus b. So we end up with -15 equals -4 times -1, which is +4, plus b. And now we just need to get b by itself. So I'm going to subtract 4 to move that over and have b on one side. So I have -15 minus 4, which is -19. So the first step gave me m, the second step gave me b, and my last step is to just write the equation. So I'm going to use m and b and write my answer. So y equals -4x minus 19. And I know the general form is y equals mx plus b. You could definitely write y equals -4x plus a -19, but I think that's actually more confusing. So when we plug in, we have m is negative and b is also negative, and that's fine.